Hi guys, welcome to my channel Lush Gardener. I hope you guys are fine and are safe. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you the difference between a thirsty succulent and a well-hydrated succulent. One of the question was asked by one of the subscriber, how do I determine whether my succulent is thirsty or not? Now over here, as you can see on the right hand side, this succulent is very thirsty. As you can see, the leaves are starting to close inwards, and if you take a closer look at the lower leaves, you will be able to see a lot of wrinkles. Now this indicates that the succulent is thirsty. Now there is no problem with the soil or with the roots, because I am very sure and confident that my soil is loose, porous and well draining, and this is only related with underwatering. So you can see now this succulent was not coming in contact with rain. That is the reason why it is still very dehydrated, and you can see the amount of wrinkles on the leaves. You can overall see the succulent is closing inwards, which indicates that it needs water. Now why does the succulent tends to close inwards? The reason is because it's trying to save up whatever water is present in the leaves. It doesn't want to destroy that water, it wants to conserve that water, and it is starting to suck up all the water from the lower leaves. Now it's basically like a balloon. When you blow air into the balloon tends to expand, and the moment you release the air, the balloon will start to contract, and that's exactly what happens with the succulent leaves. As soon as the succulent, the upper leaves of the succulent starts absorbing water, because there is no water in the soil, they start absorbing water from the lower leaves, because lower leaves are the older leaves. They are any which way is gonna get dried up and fall off. So that is like the backup for them. They try to suck up all the water from the lower leaves, due to which the lower leaves start to curl up and move towards the succulent, because it's getting contracted, because all of the water is getting pulled out from the lower leaves. And that's the reason why the lower leaves are the ones that get wrinkled up faster compared to the upper leaves. So in order for the succulent to survive, this is another method of survival, wherein the succulent will start absorbing all the water from the lower leaves, making the lower leaves wrinkled and supplying that water to the crown area, because crown area is the most important part of the succulent. Apart from this, succulent is also blooming, so that is increasing the dehydration rate even much faster. So in this case, this is a very simple case of dehydration. All I have to do is go ahead and water it. After this video, I will quickly go ahead and water this succulent completely, and then I'm going to move this succulent in indirect bright light. Now always remember, if your succulent has reached to this stage because of dehydration, and if your succulent is still out in direct morning sunlight, you have to immediately first move your succulent into indirect bright light, because the more it's going to be in direct sunlight, the more dehydration will cause. Because the longer it's going to be in direct sunlight, the succulent is going to get dehydrated even more. Even if you're going to water it, the dehydration will last longer because of the strong sunlight. So immediately the first thing what you have to do is move the succulent in indirect bright light, then give it some water. Within 24 to 48 hours, the succulent will start to open up. So this is how a thirsty succulent looks like. So this is another Echeveria. Both of them are same. I'll put the name on the screen. Now you can see this succulent is well hydrated, because it received a little bit of rain, and you can see the pot is still wet. It's starting to get a little dry, but the pot is still very wet, which means that the succulent has started to absorb water. Now at this point, the succulent is very well hydrated. You can see all the leaves are open. There are no wrinkles present on the leaves, which means that the succulent has absorbed the right amount of water. If you tend to see a succulent like this, do not water anymore. You have to wait for the soil to be completely bone dry. Wait for another day or so, and then go ahead and water, because at this point of time, if you're still going to continue watering it, the succulent will get rotted because of overwatering, because the soil is still going to stay moist. It is not dry yet. Apart from that, there is water that is stored into the leaves, and that is going to take some time for the water to be consumed by the succulent. So you shouldn't water more right now. So do not water, let the soil dry completely, let the soil be bone dry, and then go ahead and water it. This is a perfect example of a well hydrated succulent which has absorbed a good amount of water. All the leaves are well hydrated. There are no wrinkles on the leaves. This wrinkle is because it's getting pushed against the succulent pot, and that's why there is a wrinkle. But other than that, the succulent is very healthy, well hydrated. It is currently placed in indirect bright light because it has been raining a lot. So that's the reason why it is slightly more open compared to what this one is. So do not water your succulent more when the succulent tends to look like this. When all of the leaves are wide open, you should never water your succulent. Wait for the soil to be completely bone dry and only then go ahead and water it. So this is how a well hydrated succulent looks like, and this is how a dehydrated succulent looks like. Both the succulents are same, but you can see the major difference between both of them. So after this video, I will go ahead and water this succulent, and probably within 24 to 48 hours, this succulent will also tend to open up, the one on your right hand side. So guys, that's all about how to determine whether your succulent is thirsty or not. It's a very simple process. When you tend to see your succulent has reached to this stage of dehydration, do not keep it dehydrated more, because the lower leaves will start falling off. So guys, I hope that this video was helpful to you. If it was, please hit the like button. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing to it. Until then, take care, stay safe, and keep propagating.